So first of all, we will cover MAC address, okay, and MAC address table. So what is MAC address? So MAC is abbreviation Media Access Control. Okay, this is the abbreviation Media Access Control. And there are many names for this MAC address. Actually, this is a physical address. You know, it's bun. If I can show you somewhere in my CCNA, if I have a picture so that you can see, just give me a minute to find out where I put. Yeah, here, here, this one. This is the MAC address. Any LAN card, you know, any adapter LAN card. If it is a Bluetooth one, if it is a LAN card, if it is a wireless LAN card, it can be, if it is a virtual, if it is a physical, if it is a logical, any interface. So they have a MAC address and it's bun on it. Here is in hexadecimal and it's 12 digits. Okay, and it's totally unique throughout the world, just like a fingerprints, just like a human fingerprints. You know, it's totally unique of everyone. And maybe if there is a close one so that I can show you. In this picture there is another one. If I have somewhere, yeah, this one here is. So now it's bun here. Here is the MAC address and hexadecimal. Hexadecimal means from 0 to 9 digits, and from then A, B, C, D, E, F. This is called hexadecimal. There is a binary, then octal, then hexadecimal and decimal number. So this MAC address is burned on the LAN card physically, and as we call them physical address as well. Why we need this one? Because you know our layer 2 switch is purely working based on MAC addresses. I will show you a bit later. But first we need to know this MAC address. So this is 48-bit address. 48-bit address, we call them MAC address, Media Access Control. And this is in hexadecimal notation, which I show you. All our layer 2 communication done through these MAC addresses. Means layer 2 switches work purely based on MAC addresses. Our switches, our managed switches, unmanaged switches not doing anything. They don't care about anything. And it's a 12 digits number. Digits is 12, but in bits is 48-bit. First 6 bit is called organization unique identifier, and rest of 6 digits are changed by company. Every companies change their last 6 digits, either 24 bits. So 24 bits is called company serial number, which they make them unique, and first 24 bit either 6 digits is called organization unique identifier, which is uniquely identify one organization, like Intel organization, any other organization. And there are many names for this MAC address. Sometimes we call them hardware address. In Windows we call them physical address. And some Linux you will find fixed address. Router and switches we call them BIA address, burn in address. Also we call it 48-bit address, NIC address, either NIC, network interface, Ethernet address, data link layer address, layer 2 address, manufacturer address, adapter car address. These are the different names for one thing, which is called Media Access Control MAC address. How we can find the MAC addresses? You can go physically in your window, I right click in here, and now I am going to my interfaces, change adapter option. All these. So this is a Bluetooth interface, but Even if it is a Bluetooth, again they have a MAC address. I will show you. Sorry, I need to go back to control panel and network adapters. Let me change them to because it's disabled, so that's why I click. I thought maybe it will show me. Whereas I just want to go to interfaces where okay, it's better to go on shortcut. Yeah. So this is Wi-Fi, you know, this you can see this bar. So it's Wi-Fi MAC address. This one is Bluetooth MAC address. Sorry, LAN card adapter. This one is virtual VMware. This loopback is also a virtual logical. This one is also this the physical one. You know this the you can see RJ45 sign. So every interface, if you click on it and go to detail, you will find MAC address. This the physical address. So, and when do we call them physical address? I told you there are many names for one thing, and it's in hexadecimal notation with dash. You know, they're separated by dash. Also, if you want, you can go to CLI CMD and type git MAC. That show me all the MAC addresses. So these are the my interfaces in this one. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So 8 MAC addresses I have. And it's 12 digits if you count them. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Let me check the Wi-Fi one. Wi-Fi one is AF, which is ending with AF. This one, the second one. Let me enter and copy this one. Why? I want to show you something. My Wi-Fi interface belong to Intel. You can see it say this Intel dual band wireless access. So if I go to Google and type here, let them come so that I can show you. And let me say MAC address lookup. Go to anyone. Okay, there are many. If you say MAC address lookup means media access control address lookup. So if I click on any link and if I go to any link and type this MAC address, the one which I copy, this one, and type them here, and it say it will no vendor exists. Okay, so this one, maybe this link is not up to date, so let's go to another one. Let's go to this one and let me paste and look up MAC address. What they say? They say it's a Intel Corporation MAC address. How they know? Because I told you first 6 digits is assigned to company, organization unique identifier. Even if I delete last 6 digits, this one 1 2 3 4 5 6, even don't need 5, still it will look up. It will show you this is Intel because of first 6 digits. These first 6 digits is assigned to Intel Corporation, and last 6 digits, even they mention here OUI. I just told you what is OUI, organization unique identifier. They say type the first 6 digits and we will find out the organization. If I go to any virtual one, this is the VMware. So VMware is ending with 08. Let me copy 08. This one. I need first 6 digits, but anyway, let me type all. It's okay. They will say this is VMware, and it's true. It's a VMware MAC address. Okay, so it's clear that the first 6 digits is assigned to company. And it's bun, and we call them hardware address, we call them physical address, we call them fixed address. Let me show you some of them, these names. Here I show you it's called physical address. Let me open Linux operating system. If I go to here and say Linux, okay, and let me open tiny core. which yesterday we installed. And let me open router as well. So in every device, maybe the name is changed and maybe the format is changed. Means it can be with dash, it can be with colon, it can be with dot, but end of the day it will be 12 digits, it will be 48 bits, and the name should be something else. So let's go to this Linux and find out what they call them. So if I go to terminal and say, so you can see it's a hardware address, and these are with colon. Still 12 digits, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, but they call them hardware address, and that's why I told you that maybe it's called hardware address, physical address, fixed address. Now coming to this one, BIA, burn an address. So in router and switches, it's called them hardware, either burn an address. So let me go to router, and here let them come up so I can show you that it will be written burn an address. Yes, come up now. So if I go to enable and show interface fast ethernet 0/0, so here you can see it's a BIA, burn an address, and it should be hardware as well. They say hardware, so it's written here as well, and also BIA, burn an address. This the physical address of this interface. Okay, keep in mind that every interface, even if I create a logical interface here, interface loopback 1, it's a logical I just created, and if you say show interface loopback 1, it also has a hardware address. It should be here. Where is? Okay, sorry. Loopback 1. Loopback. Okay, and it should be their hardware address should be somewhere. I cannot see. Hardware is loopback, but there should be a hardware address. My main concern is to show you that any interface. Let me show you by another way. Suppose this the router. This router has how many interfaces? Let me check here. They have 3 physical interface and 1 logical. This one, 1 2 3. So then this has to be 4 MAC addresses. Here is MAC address 1 2 3 and 4. So what about a switch? If I have a switch with how many interfaces we have? So this is 24 port switch plus 2 extra. So how many MAC addresses we have? 26. So you can see every interface is a unique MAC address. Why I'm showing you this? Because I told to student in last group that every physical interface is a unique MAC address, but they never understand. So when we go to switch, they say, okay, why these MAC addresses are here? So I told them if it is a MAC, it is a adapter of switch or router or PC or Linux or whatever or logical. Even if you create a VLAN logical, automatically there will be MAC address, because every interface require a MAC address for communication. So if I create VLAN 10, no shutdown, and if I go to show interface VLAN 10, definitely there is a BIA as well, burn an address. Automatically they assign a new MAC address here. That is a separate story how they create a MAC address for this interface. But our question is, any interface, logical, physical, anything, switch interface, router interface, PC, Linux, every interface is a unique number in hexadecimal with 48 bit. We call them hardware address, we call them BIA address. Why now it's need? So let's come to why we need this MAC address. So this MAC address is required for layer 2 switches to communicate. How? Let's go here. Let me delete this router, I don't need. Okay, don't care about this packet tracer, because here everything is visible. That's why I'm here in packet tracer. Otherwise we don't need packet tracer. And let me get few systems here. Suppose I 1 PC, 2 PC and 3 PC. And let me connect these PC. So I connect this one with control, so it will give you, and here. Okay, let me put them this way. Now quickly let me assign IP address to these systems. So let me go 1.1.1. okay, this 111, and this PC is 112, and this one is 3. Okay, done. We are in the same subnet. Yesterday I told you switch can be used to connect same subnet PC with each other, any device. Let me go to simulation mode. So now I am in simulation mode. Okay. Now if this PC want to communicate with this PC, layer 2 switch don't care about any IP addresses. They do communication based on MAC addresses. But if I go, we will discuss this one a bit later. Show MAC address table. What is MAC address table? We will discuss a bit later. So there is nothing. This switch say, I don't know anybody, because we just connected all these PC. So first time when somebody want to communicate, they have to send a broadcast. Suppose if you don't know anyone, suppose if you meet me first time, definitely you will ask that who is Ahmed. Suppose we are sitting in a class and you just came in and you never see me, definitely you will broadcast and you will say loudly that who is Ahmed. Same thing do by these PC. If they want to communicate with this PC, this packet first time will go to this PC as well. Let me send the packet. You know, first time the packet came here, but next time it will be unicast packet. Look at. So now it's unicast. Why is unicast? Because switch learn the MAC address of this device now. If I go to MAC address, before nothing was there. Look at now 2 MAC addresses. First MAC address belong to this PC and second MAC address belong to this PC, this side. So we will discuss in detail for how long these MAC addresses will stay in this table. This is a separate story. But first time every packet will be broadcast if switch don't have a record. What about this PC? These 2 PC, they never communicate before. So when they want to communicate with this PC, first packet will be broadcast and it will go to every PC in the same subnet. So in this case we have only 1 PC. So first packet will broadcast to this PC as well. And this PC is asking who is PC1. So this guy will say I'm not a PC1 and they will discard the packet. Look at it, will be discard. And he say I am Ahmed, PC1. Now he reply, and this way switch keep the record now. Based on MAC address, switch doing communication. If you open the packet, there will be MAC addresses, source MAC address and destination MAC address. Switches don't know about IP addresses. This is layer 3 and switch is layer 2 device. Yeah, layer 3 switches and router care about this one. But switches do communication based on MAC address. Okay, so that's why we require these MAC addresses to forward the traffic from one interface to another interface in Cisco switches. And after that, they keep the record and MAC address table, which I show you.